The design team at Desert Flower Landscaping have produced this design, and what I do like about it is the extensive use of notes sprinkled all around within the design, explaining the concepts behind the design. But the team at Desert Flower have asked for some information or an illustration, a demonstration, if you like, of how to use the automated plant schedule tool in gCADPlus. Well, I'm in layout space at the moment, and notice that I click here on any of these symbols. There is already a label. That one's Anegoxanthos flavida and so on. So every symbol in this design has been tagged with an entry in an attached plant database file. That's this one here. And it's a file that this group has developed. To generate a schedule, let me zoom extents. There's a schedule over here, and it lists the plant symbol, the botanical name, common name, code, and the total number of examples of that species. So if we go into gCADPlus and plant schedule, we can draw a custom contact. We can put whatever we want that's in the plant database in this schedule. But there's one really important step that we need to carry out, because we've got the code there and the symbol, but when we want to produce a design for the construction team, we'd like to take away that fancy symbol. So we'll go to our layer states manager and just apply restore that. So we're working towards giving the construction team something, but we don't have a label associated with these symbols. To put a label there, we go gCADPlus and apply a code to the center of all selected symbols. So where our symbols are in this zone, we don't have to be too fussy. We just do that. And we then are asked to nominate the height of the label. Let's call it 85, the same number of units that we gave the schedule. And let's hit escape. And if we now zoom in, we've got a little label at the symbol. So in anyone planting along here can just pick that symbol, MYPAB or CATE, and they can go to the plant schedule, CATE is Carex testacea, the prairie fire sedge. So the construction team can now build this design. We've left some dimensions on. We might have to, if it was important, bring that to the front, but I suspect we'll be able to maybe do a separate drawing. We'll turn off the dimensions. So can you see we're making a simplified drawing, and I'm sure we'll scribble all over it when we give it to the construction team. They're not interested in the more elaborate symbols. If we need to go back to the presentation, click in your layer states manager and restore that. We're now back to the presentation on an A2 sheet. We could do this if we wanted to, although you're likely to put the construction team presentation on a smaller sheet. But there we are. There is an alternative, and some would argue much simpler way of generating a layout sheet such as this one, showing what the construction team need, and that is just to create a new layout and then select the floating viewport, right-click just inside the border and adjust the visibility of layers within that floating viewport. I still have to do a little adjustment on the on this particular zone, but I probably need to now move this one just slightly to the left. And there we have it. So we can print that one off now and get the same result. The advantage of this is, of course, this set of layers on and off belongs just to this sheet, and you don't need to do that switching by the mechanism we first showed, which was in this layer states manager. So I hope that covers the various alternatives.